Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents Streamrolla and I
Hi.
are continuing our treatment of RPG A Day 2025 with day 12, correct?
Yes, and I
And
think we're on a good path.
yes, we are on a good path. I have to say, or I will preface our discussion of path with a quote from the great bard Robert Plant of the troupe Led Zeppelin. And he said, yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Very profound by the
Very,
bard, Robert Plant. So when you think of path,
very
what do you think of?
multiple things. What path do I want my character to take so that way when I'm choosing the character, or what path do I want to go down in the game so I know what adventure I'm going to run into, or what path are we being led to based on our clues? So many different things. What do you think of?
Well, I definitely think of all those things, but I also think of this company called Paizo. And while they didn't develop the adventure path per se, because there have been many adventures that you could string together into an adventure path, they did, I would say, coin the phrase. And Paizo is a company that came around when Wizards of the Coast was publishing Dungeon and Dragon magazine, and Paizo started publishing those, and they started these sort of serial adventures that were linked together, and they started calling them adventure paths. Paths, paths. I have a list, so I apologize, everyone. But they took this and ran with it, and it became when Wizard of the Coast closed those magazines, they formed their own company and started these adventure paths. And there have been a ton of adventure paths. I don't even know what
Yes.
number they're on. I mean, I could look.
Oh, no, not even, no need. It's the entire back room.
The entire back room. So they're like on adventure path like 212 or something like that.
Something of
So,
that nature. But if you think about it, a path, if you're just going outside, is something that leads you to something else,
right.
correct?
Yes, that is true. And
So
we
we
always
follow.
have a path, right? There is a path. It could be a railroad. One hopes that it's not a railroad, but sometimes
Mhm.
an adventure is more or less a railroad. But sometimes the path can diverge back and forth, and eventually, hopefully, you get to the same place, although that can be called sometimes a quantum ogre that you might meet on the path.
Or
There,
a pathway.
right, there are some adventures that are sort of path crawls or point crawls, but the path of how you complete the adventure, I think, is an important consideration. The path on how, like you mentioned, how you develop your character. What's the character's path? What's the character's path in the fiction of a game?
hmm But I mean, if you think about it, the definition is just a route or a track for walking or traveling. So, I mean, if you want to take it at its bare roots, it's how are you getting from your starting point to the ending point in your game.
This is true. This is true. And some people, we did Journey earlier in this RPG day, but some people do enjoy that path on which they take a journey.
I do. I very much pick a game based on what the path would be on it. For instance, Lord of the Rings, we all know that's going to be a certain way, so you're either going to take the good side or the bad side. You're either going to take a path that leads to darkness or a path that leads to light.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
But
Yes, this is true. Shadow or not, or
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 in
in
Star Wars. So Star Wars, for example, uh, dark
dark,
dark side or light side.
right? Or
What path will
even
you take?
we keep talking about Twilight 2000, but you can take a path to where you are victorious or a path where you're not. And I think in Dungeons and Dragons, you can take a path that leads you down into a dungeon, like a dungeon crawl, or you can take a path that leads you more along the lines of looking around and making friends or investigating.
Yeah,
Not everything has to be a beat 'em upper.
right.
I mean, our
Okay.
AD&D game, we've taken the path where we've walked, a path we've ridden horses, path where we now have a boat.
Yep.
I guess even a
Different,
path and a cart. So it's however you want to travel too.
right, right. Some people take the path of least resistance. Some people want to make it hard.
Mm-hmm. There are
Okay.
those.
Well, there you go. Path, day 12, RPG day 2025.
Good night.
Good rolling.